So time to make that final selection, England's 36-man summer tour squad to Japan and New Zealand. And I'm glad I waited till after that Premiership final, because I've tweaked my squad a little bit here. The actual squad comes out on Monday lunchtime. So let's get into it. The 3 hookers I'm taking, very happy with Theo Dan, Jamie George, Curtis Langdon. What I'm not so sure about is who's the best hooker. Dan's the most explosive, George the most experienced, Curtis Langdon the best round the pitch, the best offloading. It's going to be interesting, but I'll leave selection for the actual team to another video. On standby, I'd have Gabriel Ogre. I think he's got a lot of potential. Cowan-Dickey could do it, although I'm not sure about his injury profile, but those 3 I'm very happy with. At Loosehead prop, these are the 3 names: Finn Baxter, Emmanuel Yogen and Benno Urbano. No Marler. I think Baxter starts over Marler now for Harlequins. I think he's the better player. And I don't think Marler's actually had the best season. Certainly the end of the season, I haven't been overly impressed. Although if he went, I'm sure he'd be absolutely fine. Do really well in the scrum. But I think let's move on, because I think there's a lot of really exciting Loosehead props. And on standby, I'd have Bevan Rod. He's very close as well. Question marks though, with that red card on Urbano. Is he going to be banned for a couple of weeks? Is he going to be out of the Japan game? Even if he is, I'd still just about take him. But I hope it doesn't cost him that tour in real life, because he's been so good. Definitely one of the best 3 this year. Tighthead prop, I've got Dan Cole, Trevor Davison and Will Stewart. And yes, I've gone for the veteran Dan Cole. I've thought about this a lot, but I think he is in the best 3. He starts over Hayes at Tigers. Joe Hayes can be on the standby list alongside James Harper. Poco Fajor's out with the under-20, so that's good experience for him. Davison's had a brilliant season. Maybe didn't shine quite as much in the Premiership final as I'd have hoped. Will Stewart had a really good season, although he doesn't start over Thomas Dutoy at Bath, so he's a kind of second choice there, but could be our first choice. So we are a bit weak at Tighthead prop. I think we still need Dan Cole for now. Who starts again? Another massive question up in the air. Second rows, I've got Alex Coles, Rusi Tuima, Mara Toje and George Martin. Question marks over Toje. How many minutes can he play on this tour? Is he hitting that limit for player welfare? George Martin is the second row I'm really excited to see. I think he could quickly become our best second row. And then Alex Coles there. He's had a good season, although hasn't quite stood out in that Premiership final or the run-in, I'd say, in the Premiership or the Champions Cup as much as I thought he might. Is he hitting his limit? Can he kick on? That's an interesting question. And then the final spot was between Charlie Ewels and Rusi Tuima. Ewels is playing the best rugby of his life. He is super reliable. He is strong as an ox. It's just, I'm looking towards the future here. I'm going for Tuima, but if you said Ewels, fair enough, or Ezekwe, okay. I don't think we've got a lot of second rows, so I'm putting in a youngster there to give him a go, maybe give him a spin against Japan. On to the 7 back rows, and yes, I've gone for Alfie Barbary. So unlucky to be sacrificed in that Premiership final, not to play that full 80. He would have made a big difference, maybe the difference to win it. But he still goes for me. No, you can't put a price on a massive, powerful guy running into traffic, causing havoc. And yes, I'm taking Tom Curry as one of our open sides. I thought about resting him, but is he our best open side? One of our best open sides? Yes, he is. So he goes, and alongside Sam Underhill, who is on fire at the moment, the Kamikaze twins are together again, and I think they could be absolutely outstanding. The 6 is in there. We've got Chandler Cunningham South and Ted Hill. This is a really strong lineup at 6, and both of those guys could potentially play number 8 or move into number 8 at some point. And I think they've got incredible power and pace. Ted Hill with the extra pace. Chandler Cunningham South maybe with that bit of extra power. They've got good height, good build. I'm expecting big things of these guys. Ted Hill has been the next big thing for a long time, and he's finally put that run of fitness together and showing it. And then we've got Alex Dombrandt as the other 8 and Bernal as a 7-8. So quite a lot of options at 8 there. Am I taking too many? I don't know, but I do want to see Barbary to give him a go. But those are the 7. Let me know. On standby, Ben Curry, very unlucky to miss out, but I think he's just behind his brother Tom Curry and Sam Underhill. Roots would do a solid job. Guy Pepper and Tom Pearson are youngsters coming through. The Jack Willis question, who's not available, who's not eligible, I'll talk about in a different video. But those 7 I'm pretty happy with. On to scrum half, and I think the 3 scrum halves who are clearly the best 3 in the Premiership are Alex Mitchell, Harry Randall and Ben Spencer. On standby is Jack Van Poortvliet, who I think probably will go, but I'd take Harry Randall over Van Poortvliet. He's had the better season, simple as that. 3 very different scrum halves there. If you want a guy to get to that breakdown and get it away as quick as possible, it's Harry Randall. If you want the best breaking 9, it's Alex Mitchell. If maybe you want the guy with the best decisions, the best kicking game, it's Ben Spencer. So really interesting to see what mix they go with there. I know Alex Mitchell is the number 1 at the moment, but I could definitely see a start for Ben Spencer potentially as well. If Spencer misses out, that is so cruel because he is so clearly in the top 3, definitely in the top 2, and maybe even the best. The 3 fly halves pick themselves, although I've heard rumours that George Ford may be carrying an injury. Let me know if you know anything about that. Then Finn Smith and Marcus Smith. Finn Smith didn't overly shine in that Premiership final, but he's had a brilliant season. We know he's going to get better. Marcus Smith is there as the 10, as the spark there, maybe coming off the bench, maybe filling in at 15 as well. It's going to be a right dogfight to see who gets the starting spot at fly half. And on standby, young Charlie Atkinson, if they need him, because maybe they'll use George Furbank as an extra 10 anyway. On to centres, and you can see I'm only taking 3. Dingwall, Lawrence and Slade. That's because I think we need Freeman as the 4th centre. I think he is probably our second best 13 behind Henry Slade, or maybe even in front of him if you want a bit of extra pace and power. Dingwall, I think we have to take as a 12. I have been saying I don't see Dingwall as a world-class centre, but I think there's not too many options at the moment. I was thinking of taking Max Ajomo, but he wasn't picked in the semi-final or the final of the Premiership, so I just don't think I can take him, although many people would. I think we need an out-and-out 12 there. Ollie Lawrence probably will be playing 12, but is more of a 13, so I think Dingwall has to go alongside Lawrence and Slade, and then Freeman I'm leaving in the back 3, but he is the 4th centre. And then the back 3, 7 there, including Tommy Freeman. And I'm going for Joe Carpenter alongside George Furbank as the 2 15s. Freddie Stewart, he's unlucky, but I think you've got to play a similar way. If you want to replace a guy and then completely change the way you play, I don't think that is helpful to win against New Zealand, if that is your aim, of course. A counter-attacking 15 like Furbank needs someone similar to come on for him or replace him if he's injured. And I think Carpenter is the closest. Carpenter really impressed me in that semi-final of the Premiership, and I think that nicked it for him. Furbank has been brilliant, and he was brilliant in the Premiership final, so he's 100% their starter. That is easy. And then the 3 others, Will Muir, Tom Roebuck and Ollie Slightholme, I just can't separate them. Muir's been so good, so amazing in that Premiership final, so brilliant. Tom Roebuck's been impressive as well. I don't think either of them do have that top-end pace. There's been discussion about it, but I'm absolutely certain that they're not the quickest over a long distance, but they've got good acceleration, they're very strong, and they're unbelievable in the air. Defensively great as well. Ollie Slightholme does have the pace and is a bit more elusive, but I'm not sure about his all-round game. So a few question marks over those 3, so I'm just taking all of them and letting them fight it out. On standby, we've got a lot of players there. George Hendy came on in that Premiership final and won the thing. I think he needs another season, and I'm looking at him more as a 15, to be honest. Daly could go, and I've had him in squads before. I just think we need to have a look at these young back 3 because there's so many good options there. It would be such a shame not to take Carpenter or not to take Slightholme. So I am leaving Daly there. Let me know if that's a mistake. And like I said, Freddie Stewart could go as well. So that is my final selection for the summer tour. Let me know if you agree or disagree and where. Do subscribe, do like, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'll catch you next time.